there's no discrepancy. Point out a discrepancy. Use a piece of evidence. Ah, you were going to use a piece of evidence. Before I give my answer, my lord, I'd like to try something, if I may.
Try something? What do you mean, counsel? We don't do that shit here.
I'll need to use a certain piece of evidence from the court record to identify the discrepancy.
I'm not entirely sure I follow. Which piece of evidence do you intend to use to help you identify a discrepancy between the two prints?
It's the stereoscope, but also I'm gonna sip water.
Take that! I'd like to use this device, my lord, to view the two prints stereoscopically.
Ooh! Yes! You've caught the bug at last! You can't resist it, can't you? You've got the cross-side compulsion!
I hate you, juror. Juror number 3. What a surprise.
Come on, Reno. Let's put the pictures in place and see what this wonderful contraption shows us.
Alright.
There we go. Now look through the eyepiece.
I'm looking. Oh my god, something's amiss. It pops out. I wasn't sure at first, but there's a clear discrepancy between these two prints.
What? You must identify the location in question for the court, counsel. Indicate the precise location of discrepancy which is...
It's right there. Why do I have to present it? This is the extent of my bitching for the first game. Granted, these two prints are almost identical. However, there is one minor discrepancy between them.
What?
Sorry, Greg, see, I'm about to spill some state secrets. When you view the two pictures stereoscopically, oh, look at that. A single area stands out as being different. The location of this small box.
Let me... Wait. Unbelievable.
Come on, I want to see cross-eyed Van Zeke.
By Jove! You're right! How extraordinary!
Cross-eyed Judge is cute. What this tells us is very simple. Mr. McGilden's small box was indeed not stolen from Windybanks on the night in question. However, there can be no doubt that somebody picked up this particular box and then returned it into its place on the shelves there.
Are you suggesting that the small box originally deposited by Mr. McGilden is, in fact...
Yes, the very same small box I just identified in those photographic prints.
Objection.
You're gonna object to what?
Mindless guesswork. What if it was? So a box was moved on the shelf. Nothing was stolen, which means, quite simply, that nothing has changed.
That might be true, but... Alright, McGilden's box wasn't stolen then. But doesn't the fact that it was moved like that change things? It changes everything! Come on! You're grasping at straws, Van Zeeks. I believe this changes everything about the case.
How can that possibly be?
The crucial point is the fact that what was moved was a small box. In other words, we have to consider what might have been inside that box. Think inside the box.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that we need to examine that box as soon as possible. A vital piece of evidence is sitting on the shelves at Windybanks as we speak.
That won't be necessary. Some little box belonging to a man who died 2 months ago can't possibly be relevant to this trial.
Van Zeeks, what the fuck what do you mean? You know more than anyone that's not true!
The court does not uphold your objection, Lord Van Zeeks. Bailiff, arrange for an officer to go to Baker Street at once. Obtain the small box in question and bring it back here for further examination.
Van Zeeks, you dum-dum! You were the one who told Rolly Beat that he should never assume that something was, not connected to a case. Man, what are you doing? Sorry. Hey, Edgar. Yeah, he angry. You're about to get got, man.
We should have a report within half an hour. I think perhaps we should recess for a short while until the evidence is brought forth.
To be hoodwinked by such a farce. Disappointing.
I beg your pardon, Lord Van Six, what the fuck did you say?
This is nothing but a smokescreen. A Nippony speciality, it seems. What are you trying to say? My learned friend has persisted with the same line of reasoning from the very beginning. That this witness's intent was to steal an article belonging to Mr. McGilded from the pawnbrokery. Yet, common sense tells us that none of the articles have value enough to be worth stealing in the first place.
Exactly. It would be beyond absurd to break into a place for the purpose of stealing such commonplace property.
If your lordship recalls, Mr. McGilded perished 2 months ago, immediately after the conclusion of his trial. A trial in which he was found not guilty. A trial in which was established he was an upstanding member of society with his reputation implied, in fact. So I propose a toast to my learned friend and his most insightful defense. The articles this upstanding member of society pawned were entirely ordinary. A black overcoat that just happened to have a music box disc in one of its pockets and a small box. I assure you, I wouldn't accept even if the man tried to make a gift of such things to me.
And yet, someone was desperate to fucking steal it from a child.
You know, that does make rather a lot of sense.
It's not as like it's gold or jewels, is it? Though goodness knows Mr. McGilder was rich enough.
But you can't deposit cash at the pawnbrokery, so I'm certain of that.
The prosecution's argument is undeniably compelling.
It is What the fuck is that word? One moment. I forgot my internet was off, so I just had to make do with like the written phonetic thing in my offline dictionary. Incumbent? I'm gonna go with incumbent. Don't come for me. It is incumbent on the defense now to bolster its argument. Smash. To explain what possible significance these commonplain sorry. You know what, Van Six, I'm not gonna apologize, I hate you. To explain what possible significance these commonplain articles... I'm doing it again! To explain what possible significance these commonplace articles pawned by this fine citizen could have.
Well, counsel, is your argument in fact demonstrable? Are you able to show proof that the disc or the box are in any way tangible to this case? Tangible in any I did not read that. Well,
What's the matter, Bruno? We know they're related, don't we? They're both vital pieces of evidence.
Yes, of course. You and I both know that. We know Mr. McGildy's true character. I got a burp coming on Jesus Christ. There's so many things. We know Mr. McGildy's true character, and we know why the disc is significant too. But if we explain all of that to the court at this point, we'll have to acknowledge that Mr. McGildy's acquittal 2 months ago was wrong. That the defense's argument was flawed, based on false information.
No!
That would mean admitting that Gina committed perjury. Listen, perjury is nothing compared to murder. Let's get on with it. Could it be that Van Zieks knows? Is that why he's doing this now? Because he anticipated everything.
But maybe this could be a great opportunity for us.
Sorry? What do you mean, Iris? My voice is dying, Iris. I'm so sorry.
Well, what is it that you always say, Bruno?
What do I always say?
Sooner or later, the truth comes out. Every time.
All right. The exact significance of the things that McGilded deposited with Mr. Winterbank is something only Gina can explain to the court. But if I put her in the stand to testify about that, it could critically damage her chances of winning this case. Chances? Chances. The American is slipping out sometimes. And not even American, it's just standard English, but I have to put on an accent. What's the right thing to do here? Have Gina testify. Come on, perjury isn't that bad. I mean, it's bad, but not murder bad. My lord, the defense would like to make a proposal.
Oh, what proposal, counsel?
While the court awaits the arrival of Mr. McGilder's small box, I would like to call the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade, to the witness stand.
The defendant? To what end?
It's to do with the various articles deposited at Mr. at Windybank's by Mr. McGilder, my lord. Sorry. Miss Lestrade has information relating to them. I believe it would be beneficial for the court to hear what she has to say. It would prove the significance of the articles in question once and for all. Well, things are becoming interesting. I presume you've considered the implications of this testimony you're proposing. In particular, the impact it will have on the accused's standing, and indeed your own.
I have. Lord Van Zieks, would you care to explain that last remark? I didn't get it, man. Explain it.
The prosecution accepts the defense's proposal. I move to interrupt the cross-examination of the current witness and hear from the accused herself.
I still don't get it. Very well, if you have no objection. So, the court will now hear the testimony of the defendant, Miss Gina Lestrade.
Man, the witness stand is going to be so crowded.
Your witnesses currently the stand may step down until further notice.
Okay. Sorry. I jumped the gun. You don't have a hat, you can't do that. Then I shall bid you good day. Wait. You, sir, shall remain in the stand while Miss Gina Lestrade testifies. As you wish. Alright then, Gina. It's time. I know this will be hard, but please, put your faith in me here.
Good luck, Bruno. Good luck to your voice, too. Jesus Christ.
The articles that Mr. McGilder had deposited in Windybank's pawnbrokery are intimately related to the omnibus case, the trial which was heard in this courtroom 2 months ago.
Yes, and I remember this young lady being brought before me at that trial as well.
Yes, that's right, my lord. Her testimony helped to establish the innocence of the defendant, Mr. McGilder. The omnibus case was intriguing, to say the least. And now here we all again. And now here we all are again. The same players in that trial, facing each other once more. A twist of fate, perhaps, my Nipponese friend. Allow me to recap the events of 2 months ago. An old brickmaker was stabbed to death in an omnibus running along London's winter streets. I don't know why I stuttered. Apart from the victim, there was only one person in the carriage, Mr. McGilder. Naturally, he was the prime suspect for the murder. But as the trial progressed, another possibility emerged, that the murder in fact took place above the defendant's head on the roof deck, with the body then being dropped through the skylight onto the carriage below. It was Miss Lestrade whose testimony brought that possibility to light. At the time of the incident, Miss Lestrade was concealed under the seat in the carriage, hoping to pick the pockets of unsuspecting passengers. Then, immediately after the trial, having been acquitted of the murder, Mr. McGilder died in this very courtroom in the most extraordinary of circumstances. He was fried chicken to death. A mystery that remains unsolved even now, 2 months on. As indeed the omnibus murder itself.
Be that as it may, I recall neither the disc nor the small box being mentioned in the course of those proceedings.
Miss Lestrade. Would you tell the court now, please? What really happened in the omnibus 2 months ago, I mean.
I don't know what you mean. I already said all I know.
And what about everything you told us yesterday from inside your prison cell? Please, Mrs. Strode, this is extremely important. But... Remember, little girl, if it transpires that you willfully withheld information in the trial 2 months ago, the Home Office will seek to prosecute you for perjury. And naturally, you will lose all credibility as a witness. Although, let's face facts, you have little credibility to lose.
Van Zieks, go fuck yourself. Ginny, don't listen to him. Please, you have to trust Bruno now.
Iris?
We're on your side.
All right then. I'll talk. It's the right choice, Gina. Well, it would seem that my learned friend is hell-bent on bringing the entire courtroom down about his ears. So be it.
I must confess that I'm struggling to understand what the fuck is happening here. However, it would appear that Mr. McGildy's pond articles in that extraordinary case of the omnibus harbors secrets of which we have been hitherto unaware. So, Mr. Strode, you will now give your testimony before the court about the events of 2 months ago. You will reveal the truth, a commodity sorely lacking in your original statements.
This is it then. Everything's going to come out, like Van Zieks said. This could bring the whole courtroom down about my ears, but as a lawyer, I'm prepared to take that risk. Everything for the truth, man.
Let's fucking go.
I should stop here because I need water. My throat is dead.